Assalamu alaikum. My name is Qasim Al-Hammad. I will show you today how to integrate CUCM with Cisco Unity connection. You can integrate CUCM with Cisco Unity or with Cisco Unity connection, and you can use either SCCP, SCCP protocol, or SIP. The configuration part or integration part requires two configuration. One configuration on the CUCM side and one on the voicemail side. On the CUCM side, you will use the same procedure whether you are integrating with Cisco Unity or Cisco Unity connection. Whereas from the voicemail server on the Unity, full-blown Unity, you have a wizard on the Windows server that you need to run to complete the integration. Whereas on the Cisco Unity connection, there is a few steps that you need to know in order to complete the integration. There is many deployment options where you can have more than one CUCM cluster integrated with the same voicemail server, or you can have your CUCM cluster integrated with different voicemail clusters, and also you can have one Cisco Unity server to integrate with, or you can have high availability Unity servers. We can have two servers for redundancy or failover. So today we are going to show you how to integrate CUCM with Cisco Unity connection single server. For any other deployments, it's almost the same configuration, just few options that you need to change. Here on my VMware, I have CUCM publisher, subscriber, and Cisco Unity connection. We'll start by the CUCM side. In order to do the integration between CUCM and Cisco Unity voicemail, you need a voicemail port license. The voicemail port license specifies how many concurrent calls can be done between the CUCM and the Cisco Unity cluster, and those license ports are only available on or only licensed on the Unity side. The CUCM will allow you to create as many ports as you want, but only those licensed ports will work. So you need just to go to CUCM and add just the number of ports that you have license for on the Cisco Unity connection side. To start adding your voicemail ports, you can have two options: Cisco voicemail port or Cisco voicemail port wizard. We'll use the voicemail port when I have a limited number of ports that I can add them manually, or I can use the voicemail port wizard in order to complete the configuration of a bulk of ports. If you decided to add the voicemail ports manual, you need to create on add new. This is the default integration name. You don't need to change that, otherwise if you change it you have to know exactly what was the name, because it is required on the Cisco Unity connection side to complete the integration. Here you can put a description, and you need to select your device pool, and the device security mode should be non-secure voicemail port. The device pool, I used default, and the directory name, the number that if you call you will access the Unity server through this port, and I will use 7101 and click say. Oh, here we missed one option. Here, this is the integration name. You need actually to specify the port number. You can have from 1 to 250 for each voicemail integration name. So I click save. It's showing here the registration is rejected. This is because we did not complete the integration on Unity connection. We will delete this voicemail port that we added because we are going to use the voicemail port wizard. If you go to the voicemail port wizard, it will give you here the integration name. It will add to it /vi1 or -vi1 for the first port, and it will increment for each port extra. Here it will ask you for the number of ports that you have. In VMware we can have up to 2 ports only. It will not allow you to use more than 2 ports. Then it will ask you for the description, Cisco Unity, the device pool default, calling search pace, we will not use none, location hub none, device security mode non-secure, that's it. Beginning directory number 7101. You need to make sure that you have a range of numbers that are unused by any other device or phone, because the wizard will use this number and add incrementally for the extra ports. The partitioning and calling search space, you need to give Cisco Unity connection the partition and calling search space that it will make the Cisco Unity connection able to access all your CUCM numbers. And then we click next. The next option, the next step is to configure line group. We will select no. We will add them later as it will be our next step. And here is just a confirmation, and we are ready to go. Here we are on the voicemail port page. We added 2 ports with these directory number. The status is rejected since the Unity connection is not configured yet. Now the next step is to go to we have now these ports, these 2 ports, and each of them has a directory number. If you call this directory number, it will go directly to the port itself. But we want to give the voicemail a number, one number only, that if you call this number, it will check the ports one by one to see which port is empty in order to use it. So we will create for that a line group. We'll add a line group. We will call it voicemail line, voicemail group. And the distribution algorithm we will use top down. So the CUCM is gonna always check the ports starting from the first port till the end. Here we will search for our directory number that we are using for voicemail ports. And we have 7101 and 7102. We will add them and click save. Now we will go to route hunt list. We will add a new hunt list called HVM List. You can give it any description that you want, and here it will ask you which Cisco Unified Communication Manager group. Cisco Unified Communication Manager group is the list of your CUCM servers, the prioritized list of your CUCM servers and you need to enable this hunt list and click on the checkbox next for voicemail usage, and then click save. Now you need to add the line group that you have just created to this list. So if you have the list, you will add the group to this list. Now this is actually used if you have more than one single Cisco Unity connection server and you need to make a failover between these two servers. You will do an integration with the first Cisco Unity server, configure ports, line group, first Cisco Unity connection server, and then create another ports and associate them to another voicemail group for the second Cisco Unity connection. And then here you will add both of them and you will select which voicemail group is going to be used first. So the Cisco CUCM itself, when it has a request for contacting Cisco Unity connection, it will check the first voicemail group that is associated with the first server, and in case this server is down, it will go to the second voicemail group that is associated to the second server. We will click save, and then reset. Now we will go to route hunt, the final step, the hunt pilot. Hunt pilot is the directory number that when you call, it will go to the line group and check which port, which voicemail port is empty. So we will give it 7100. The hunt list, we will use the voicemail list that we created. You will give the directory number and the hunt list. And we need to remove the provide outside dial tone. We need to remove this checkbox, and we are ready to go. We'll click save, and now our hunt group is ready. It is added successfully. Now we will go to voicemail and we will create a message waiting indication port numbers. Those should be separate from the voicemail port numbers. You need to create two message waiting indication ports, one for turning on and one for turning off. So we will add new, give it 7102, for example, description message waiting indication on, and we will use on. Also you need to give it the partition and calling search space that it allow it to call any other CUCM phone number. You need to make sure that this message waiting indication cannot insert or update pattern. Voicemail port exists with the same pattern and partition. Let's just check the sorry, this is the second port of voicemail. I've used a wrong directory number, so we'll use 7103 for message waiting indication on. And then we will add another one, add new 7104 message waiting indication off, and we'll keep it off. Now there's two options that we need to add: the voicemail pilot and the voicemail profile. The voicemail pilot, if you see any Cisco phone, it has a button for messaging. By default, this button, if you press on it, it cannot contact the Cisco Unity connection server unless you specify here which voicemail pilot is associated to this button. So you need to tell the CUCM, I think it is already there, we will add a new one for the 7100. You need to tell the CUCM that when someone press the voicemail or the messaging button on the phone, it is going to 7100, which is the same as your hunt pilot. You can give it any description that you want, and you need to make sure that you click on make this the default voicemail pilot for the system. The second one is the voicemail profile. The voicemail profile is used for the phones. If you go to devices, phones, and select any directory number, when someone forward his voicemail, his phone, the voicemail, if this option is not specified, it will not go to Cisco Unity connection. We are waiting for the CUCM administration page to load again, so I can show you the exact thing that I am talking about. Okay, here we are again. If you go to device, phone, go to any phone, and then to the directory number of that phone. If you go down, you see this option, the voicemail. If you want this checkbox to work, you need to specify the voicemail profile. If you want to forward your calls to the voicemail, you have two options. Either you will put the pilot number here, like I put 7100, or I can use this checkbox. If I want to use this checkbox, I should tell the system that when somebody have this checkbox, this means that it should go to 7100. This is a voicemail profile. So I will add a new I'll give it any descriptive name I want for forwarding calls, anything I want. Let's give it voicemail. Here you will select the pilot number 7100, and you want to make sure that you check this box to make this voicemail profile the default voicemail profile for the system. Now from the CUCM side, we have finished the integration. We now want to navigate to Unity connection.